Good people YouTube, I'm the Watch Idiot, and yeah, I'm still out and about, not in my usual setup, but regardless, it is that time of year, so it is time to do a state of the collection. And yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite videos to make because I can just talk about my watches and some of the stories behind them, and plus, a lot has changed and will be changing in the collection, and actually a bunch of watches are now for sale. Yeah, details in the pinned comment. And yeah, that's because in the end, I want to be able to experience watches and make detailed owner reviews for as many watches as I can for all of you, but obviously I can't keep them all. But yeah, I mean, this is what I absolutely love doing, so I have to thank all of you for watching and supporting the channel because none of this would be possible without you. And as a gesture of appreciation, I'll be giving away the Citizen Suyosa in this video over here. Oh, the yellow dial on top of that. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and yeah, let's just get into the video. And so first up we have Tudor, and Tudor is a special brand for me because of the Pelagos, and that was my second big boy watch that I got way back in October of 2017, and to this day there just isn't another watch quite like it, and I still absolutely love wearing this. Yeah, and I guess you could say that I've been trying to wear this a little bit more fully in a way, just because this has been a keeper for years, and it's, yeah, probably the last watch that I would ever sell. So I've been wanting to get some scratches on here because I love the look of a scratched up tool watch that's living a good life, but that is easier said than done because I am always subconsciously aware of where my watch is with regards to absolutely everything else. So I hardly ever actually scratch them up. So yeah, this is the watch after a few years of being uninhibited, I suppose, for a few years. So yeah, here's to rougher use in the future, I guess. And then we have the Black Bay 54, and this was released earlier this year, and I've had this now for about 7 months, and yeah, it's been a wonderful, wonderful experience wearing this. And also, just as a heads up for all the watches I talk about, I have more detailed videos on pretty much all of them, so yeah, check those out later on if you want. And yeah, buying the Black Bay 54 was a risk because I sold 2 Black Bay 58s last year, but I made the right decision for me, and from the start, it felt like keeper material, and I know that many of you right at the start would say that I'm just gonna sell this one anyway. But some good news because I actually became a uncle very recently for the first time to a niece, and yeah, and that was just a super exciting thing. And of course, this being one of the biggest moments of my life, I had to decide which watch I was gonna wear, and obviously I wanted to choose a watch that I know that I wouldn't want to sell ever because it's such a special occasion that's gonna be connected to it, and also I wanted to choose a watch that I'd be able to give to her at some point. And so I chose the Black Bay 54 for all those reasons because of just how good and how timeless it is. So yeah, you guys won't be seeing a selling video about this anytime soon because this, yeah, leveled up and it's well-deserved. Oh, and then one watch that isn't here that was here last year for that state of the collection was the Black Bay Pro, and yeah, that's now gone. I sold it, and yeah, I do miss it quite a bit now, but it was the right decision in the end. And now on to Seiko, which is the biggest part of my collection. So I can't get into details of every single watch just because I'll just be talking for an hour, but I do want to talk about which ones I now consider to be my favorites at the moment. And then I have a new Seiko that I haven't talked about yet, but right off the bat, you can obviously see here that I love the SKX and the shape and the design so much, considering I have 3 SKXs and then 2 Seiko 5 variants of them with the SSK GMT and then the 38mm SRPK something. Can't remember the reference number. So yeah, this year has been a great year for Seiko as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, GMT watches galore, and yeah, the SPB411 navigated timer over here is just incredible. But I think the watch that stood out to me the most has been the Marine Master 200 GMT over here, just because I love the Marine Master 300 design. I love mine ever since I got it, but to have that sort of design in a more wearable package and with a GMT is just special, and that's why I can finally confirm that once again the Marine Master 300 is back on the market and is for sale. Then it's the Captain Willard Ice Diver, the SPB 265, and yeah, this came in after last year's State of Collection, I think, and yeah, it was completely by chance because the Captain Willard was pretty much the last SPB diver that I thought that I would have considered buying, especially with the 62 mass, the Marine Master, the Slim Turtle. I only got it because I traded in a watch to Hodinkee and I got a gift card. So yeah, I thought I would just give it a go. But ever since then, I've worn it so much, and to this day, it makes me feel so good when I wear it, and it's just something that's just so unexpected about it, just the case shape, the design, the dial, all that good stuff. So yeah, if there's a watch that you're curious about out there, just try it and see what happens. And now to the newest edition, and that's the Darth Tuna. So I used to own the SBBN 031 tuna, the last of the Marine Master tunas, and I sold it back in 2020 in my effort to consolidate, but I've missed it ever since then just because of just how unique the watch is. So then recently I saw Peter Kotz's video about his tuna, and I started going down the rabbit hole again, and seeing that the Darth Tuna was ceramic and titanium, I knew that I definitely wanted one at some point, like maybe next year or something like that, no urgency. But then one thing led to another, and I ended up on Watch You Seek, and I found a great listing from a great seller at a great price, and I just didn't want to let this opportunity slip. So I went for it, and yeah, it was also my first ever purchase from Watch You Seek, which was pretty exciting. And yeah, the watch itself is spectacular, and once again, like just as good as I remember the tuna being. And yeah, the video will be coming at some point soon. So obviously the unexpected purchase of the Darth Tuna means that yes, the Marine Master, like I said, is officially back on the market. And as for the basically new Alpinist GMT, which I really enjoyed wearing, that's also going to be sold just because, again, the SPB 411 Navigator timer that was released afterwards is basically a dream come true for me. And finally, the Slim Willard actually is going to eventually be for sale, just because this is kind of like in the halfway stage. So yeah, let's see what happens with that. And that's only just because of how good the Captain Willard is and how much I wear that. And now for Longines and my other Swiss watches. And yeah, Longines was definitely the brand of 2023 for me, just because the Spirit Zulu Time and the Hydro Conquest GMT were my first ever Longines watches, and they both surprised me in the best ways possible. And yeah, the Spirit Zulu Time is just such a striking watch, and lately I've been wearing it more and more because of just how different the watch feels compared to all my divers, and I love those numerals, and the refinement is just next level on this thing. But that means that the Hydro Conquest GMT is now officially for sale, and to be clear, I really like it, but I already had and was enjoying the Spirit Zulu Time when this was released, and so I bought the Hydro Conquest GMT for the channel to take a look at what is a significant watch. So this is, I guess, a more of a channel watch as opposed to a personal watch, but nevertheless, I enjoyed my time with it very much. And then it's the Oris Diver 65 from Hodinkee back in 2019, and yeah, this has definitely been one of my collection's unsung heroes, because while I don't wear it too often in a stretch, partly because it's a manual wind watch with a screw down crown, but every time I do wear it, it just looks so perfect to me, and yeah, it feels unbelievably comfortable. Like one of the best bracelets out there. Oof. And now it's the Zodiac Spirit Zulu Time, Super Seawolf Sherbet GMT, and yeah, I took a big chance with this one just because I love the color combo, but I was like, okay, clearly I'm not gonna wear this very often, but now it's like, it's one of my favorite watches again, because of just how different and how fun it is, and also, it's gotta be probably the most comfortable watch that I've worn after a Rolex, no lie. And finally, it's the new Tissot Heritage Salmon Dial, I think that's the name. And yeah, actually, now that I think about it, a lot of my Swiss watches are my fun watches or palette cleansers, which I definitely wouldn't have expected. But yeah, here we are. And yeah, this watch just struck me from the first time I saw it, and obviously it's cost certified, so I wanted to experience it. I wanted to experience the Salmon Dial, and also I wanted to have a time-only, quasi-casual, dressy watch. And man, I think I chose perfectly on this one. And now it's Omega time, and for a while the Speedmaster was my lone Omega, but a few months ago I got the Seamaster 300 back in the collection, but instead of the steel version that I used to have, it's the ceramic and titanium version. But starting with the Speedmaster, this was my first big boy watch that I got back in May of 2017 before my sister got married, so this is very much a keeper watch like the Pelagos, and at the time, I wasn't the crazy dive watch guy that I am right now, and to be honest, I don't know if I would have bought a Speedmaster right now because of that. So yeah, I'm just really glad that I got it back when I did, because now that I have it, it's such a special watch and such a special experience because of that incredible movement in the back, and obviously because of the history and just the look of it as well. It's just like, I wouldn't have it any other way. And next, 4 years after selling my steel black dial Seamaster 300, I got the ceramic and titanium Seamaster after trading in my Grand Seiko Kirizuri to effectively get this Fortis and the spare Zulu time. So it was definitely a worthy sacrifice. But yeah, wearing this watch is unlike anything else. And at the moment, I can't really see myself without it. So yeah, if you want more information about this one, I very recently did a video on this one. So check that out if you want. And now Citizen and the giveaway. So yeah, my appreciation for them has definitely increased over the last couple of years. And it started with the Black Dial ProMaster Diver because it's pretty affordable and it's got a great eco drive movement. And yeah, it's just a solid watch that I can just count on. A true beater watch, I suppose you could say. And then actually the Blue Dial version came around just because last year I did a giveaway for a Blue Dial ProMaster, but after I did that, I liked it so much that once one came up for a really good price, I got one again for myself. Then the Retro Zilla, and this was given to me last year, and it's just such a striking watch, and I obviously connected to it because it's titanium, and I happen to like lugless dive watches, I suppose. But the design is just so good, and the history and significance of it to Citizen is obviously very, very cool. And now it's time for the giveaway, and it's the Yellow Dial Suyosa, and I did a poll a few weeks ago to choose which dial to get, and yeah, I'm so glad that you guys chose the yellow dial because I was the most curious about this particular dial, and yeah, it's been really fun to wear, and more details are coming up in an upcoming review video. So to win this Suyosa, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel of course, and then comment down below which watch of yours was the favorite for 2023, and yeah, why you like the Citizen Suyosa in the first place. So yeah, stay tuned for the review video next week where I will announce the winner. Yeah, more details in the pinned comment and description. And now the rest, and I only lump them together as the rest just because I don't wear them all too often, but back in the summer of 2021, G-Shock actually dominated my wrist to the point where I was worried that I would ever wear anything else, and that's mainly down to the squares and the Mega GW5000U and the DW6900 as well, which is in the square obviously. But yeah, if you haven't tried a G-Shock, just go for it. I mean, you can't go wrong. And then I have the remaining Tissot PRX, which should have been in the Swiss section, but yeah, this will always be a special watch to me just because this was my first ever video, and yeah, I also took off the second hand myself, which was definitely a big upgrade. And then we've got the Dan Henry 1972, which needs more wrist time because it's so cool. And then actually the San Martin SN007, the 62 Massimage, is worn quite often, and I would rank it amongst my favorite watches. Despite all the controversies about homages and things like that. And then finally, we've got the Visitor Linden that I got after meeting Phil, the owner. And yeah, there's nothing quite like it. And yeah, again, this is another watch that I need to start wearing more often. So yeah, there you have it. Let me know what you think about the collection. Yeah, like and subscribe, of course. And yeah, be sure to enter the Citizen Suyosa giveaway. And yeah, email me if you want to buy any of the watches that are for sale. So yeah, until the next video, good day.